A 68-year-old woman named Margaret is standing in her kitchen, making her morning coffee. Everything feels normal, until suddenly, it isn't. The cup slips from her hand, her left arm stops responding. She tries to call her husband, but the words don't come out right. They're broken, slurred, unrecognizable. Then her face begins to droop on one side. She's having a stroke. And here's the part that should scare you. Before the ambulance even turned onto her street, before any doctor, before any medication, Margaret did something so simple, most people would never think to do it. And according to the ER physician, that one action likely prevented permanent brain damage. She didn't take a pill. She didn't perform CPR. She didn't panic. She changed her body position and controlled her breathing in a very specific way. What Margaret understood, and what most people have never been told, is this. Your body has a built-in emergency survival system, and if you know how to activate it, you may be able to keep blood flowing to your brain, when every second is the difference between recovery and permanent damage. Here's the reality most people don't want to hear. Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. But almost no one talks about what happens before the ambulance arrives. Those first 3 minutes, not the hospital, not the medication. Those 3 minutes can decide whether you walk again or spend the rest of your life dependent on others. And most people waste them. They wait. They hesitate. They hope it will pass. That hesitation is what destroys lives. Because here's what makes strokes so dangerous. They don't always start dramatically. They start quietly, almost politely. A slight weakness in your arm. A strange heaviness in your leg. Words that suddenly disappear mid-sentence. A moment of confusion that vanishes just as quickly as it came. And that's exactly why people ignore it. Because it disappears. But listen carefully. When the symptoms disappear, the danger hasn't passed. The clock has started. Most seniors make the same mistake. They don't want to cause a scene. They don't want to bother anyone. They tell themselves, "It's nothing. I'm just tired. It will pass." But inside the brain, cells are already beginning to die. And the difference between acting immediately and waiting just a few minutes can mean the difference between full recovery and permanent disability. And this is where everything changes. Because in those first critical moments, before the blockage becomes complete, there is a small window where your body is still fighting for you. Blood flow hasn't fully stopped yet. And if you act correctly, you can help your brain survive those crucial minutes. That's exactly what Margaret did. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how.